G-O-N, put on for the squad. We go in, do it for the God. If I go, then I'm going hard. Boy, you know me, hard for the mob. Fill up and get up and go. Fill up to pick up the roll. You gon' get this word, get lit up and hit up the show. Man, they already know who the realest, but they say it's too religious. Drake drop guy playing you were with it, now you looking too suspicious. I am blessed, never had luck, you a tad much superstitious. You ain't the man, bro, cause you pick a bag up, boy, what you doing with it? Stack up and you be cool a minute, get your handcuffs and you get through in prison. It's the last something you can have, somewhere you can pass up and you can do the dishes. Homie, I ain't never changed up, been the same since day one. When I came in the game, ripping Jay the renegade, still the same ain't budge. Then it win the game, same love, they play dumb and ain't say much. You tell me who the gangster, yeah. Daddy, let me loose. They gotta move. Bishop put the burner, baby. I got the juice. They hating on my team, cause we the truth. Won't he do it? And we the proof. We gon' take them way, 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 way up. We gon' take them way, 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 way up. We gon' take them way, 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 way up. We gon' take them way, 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 way up. Yeah. First drop, they were like, "Biz, who are you, boy? Get your name up." Try to hold me down, but you know me now.
Well, what's up, everybody? This is your truly B Little on a Friday night. Just feeling good, listening to a little Bizzle. Hey, song called Way Up. Loving what I hear when I listen to that. Well, listen. So glad to be able to hang with you all on tonight. I'm so excited. This is our Friday edition of B Little Speaks. And of course, I told y'all that I'd be hanging with you all tonight, and I'm excited on being here. This is what we do. Tonight is a free night. Of course, if you know anything about B Little Speaks, B Little is a vlog, a podcast, a moment where we just come together and I just talk about what's on my mind. Doesn't mean that I'm right. I'm just giving you what I'm thinking in the moment, in the time. And of course, it's just my opinion. And so I hope that you don't get offended by some of the things that I say, because, you know, it's just my opinion. But I'm excited about all of you that are logging on. Look, a B Little favorite, Shannon Lynn, is in the building. Shannon Lynn and Quan, of course, one of my favorite couples, because I had an opportunity to marry them. And listen, as you're logging in, why don't you just come and say hi? Come and say hi. Tonight's format is very free. We're not doing anything specific. I'm talking to you. You're talking to me. You'll ask some questions. I'll ask some questions. Even if you want to be in the show tonight, all you got to do is just log in. I'll send you a code so you can just chime in, say what's on your heart. But tonight, it's Friday night, you know, nothing special. We just talk about what we talk about when we do. Look at Alma. What's up, Alma? In the building. Listen, Alma, you share some of the best memes I've read all year long. I'm gonna be real with you. Your memes is so crunk. They go so hard, so hard. And I'm going to share some. I might even share some of them tonight. Why don't you inbox me some of your favorite ones? I may put them on the show tonight because it's all about laughter. We may talk with each other. We may pray with each other. But, you know, it's all about just having a moment. Listen, if you're on, just go ahead and chime in. We want to know who's in the stream on the night. I see we've got a couple of people here from my personal page, Brian Little. And then, of course, B Little Speaks has a couple of people there. Just say hi. We want to know what's going on. While you're logging in, we just want to talk about our week. It's been a crazy week for me. I've got to admit. Of course, this is the time where we've just learned about who our next president is going to be. And of course, we want to celebrate that of Bishop Joe. No, I'm sorry. Our president-elect, Joe Biden. And of course, his vice president, Kamala. It is an amazing time in history, definitely in the vice president area, to have Kamala Harris as our first vice president. You know, I really didn't think about how important this moment was until somebody sent me a meme. And the meme had all of the vice presidents that were in history that were there. And I looked at them and I saw all of those faces, and then somebody took a picture of Kamala and put her in full form to the right of those pictures, and then I got it. This is an amazing time in history. Our first African American vice president, first Indian American vice president, our first gentleman that with her husband coming to be a part of it. And it wasn't until I saw that picture that I knew then how special this moment was. I mean, it really touched my heart in a major, major way. Listen, Alma, you got to send me. I think that was you. I just saw that PS5 announcement you just put out for yourself. Let me see if I can snag it. Let me know if I have your permission to air it on the show tonight, because that thing was hilarious. I might have to go out and get me a PS5 based upon that ad. But it is, it's a wonderful time in history to have our first African American vice president, and then first woman, first Indian descent, first Haitian descent. It's just an amazing time. And that was something to witness. Now, are you telling me, yes, I can air it? Can I show that PS5? Yeah, I'm going to give me a PS5. Anyway, it's amazing time in history. And I just want to salute them, man. I hope that next year is going to be better than 2020. As I even thought about the date that I'm doing this podcast, man, like for real, do you really believe that 2020 deserved a Friday the 13th? Really? Really? I mean, did we really deserve a Friday the 13th? Really? That's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, Bernice, I do play video games. Listen, hold up, wait a minute. There's Bernice that's in the building today. Yeah, Bernice, I do play video games. Actually, I found out I work with my mind. For if you don't know what I do professionally, I'm a graphic designer. I work with my mind 12 to 14 hours a day. And playing video games helps me to get a release from that. And I got to. I like to game. I get my game on. Bernice, do you game? Do you game? Listen, and of course, if you want to talk to me, we're welcoming people to come into the show with me. All you got to do is send me a message inside. You can be my co-host tonight. We are not talking about anything particular. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. You are going to respond accordingly, and we'll talk about what we talk about. We'll talk about what we want to talk about. So it's free. It's a free flowing moment for it. Been a while. Man, that was my pastime. I would game like twice a week, Bernice, but mine broke, man. It broke. Second time for the wonk on you. Second time for the wonk. Mine broke on me. And so I hadn't been able to game. I was waiting for this PS5 to come out. Speaking of PS5, I did get the permission from Alma. Let's go and take a look at her wall real quick. Since she has given me permission, I'm just going to try to bring up the meme so we don't put out everything. But she had an attractive PS5 ad that she put out there just recently. It made me giggle. And I'm going to share it with y'all real quickly. Let's see here. I want to share my tab. Yeah. All right. This is Alma. This right here is what I'm about to show you is Alma's her PS5 announcement. She says, "Hey babe, here's your new PS5." And she took the PS5 box and then she put a picture of herself in it. And let me just back out just a little bit. And then look what she put in the captions here. She says, "Here you go, babe. Enjoy your new PS5, period." That is crazy. I enjoyed that. She says she's an old school Donkey Kong Pac-Man kind of girl. I see you there. I see you. Now, Bernice, what did you play? You probably was playing on, some of y'all won't even know this. It's called Atari. She probably was playing on Atari. That's like one of the first video games that came out, because I can't see that business owner, Bernice Loman, really getting into games like that. That's real crazy. Real crazy for that. Elma says she loves laughter, and I know it. Elma, I go to your page, and sometimes I'm just tickled pink. You share the best stuff, and of course, anybody that's connected to me, you know, I've been sharing memes galore, especially over these last 2 days. Some of them make you laugh, some of them make you think, but you know, it's what it's all about. And I love your personality. You always keep me cracked up. Look, I got a little something in my beard. Oh, you're trying to get it. There we go. There we go. Something there. Probably my little red shirt. I love to laugh. I love to laugh. That's what it's all about. I'm all that. She said she's not that old. Well, you know, you're a mogul. You're a business owner, mogul, and you know, I'm shouting people out tonight. And listen, let me cut the phone lines on, because I want to talk to some of you. Want to introduce some of you. I know that there are some people that were able to make a couple of connections as a result of this line, our Friday night, our free-flowing moments where we just come together and we just get it. Mario is my ultimate favorite. Do you play any of the newer ones? And I know you got that son over there with you, Shannon. Do you guys play together? Do y'all still get down one with another? I imagine that would be an awesome experience. It'd be an awesome experience. She said, thanks so much for sharing, period. Many blessings to you and your live. Thank you, Alma. And listen, I want everybody that's in the live, if you're going back and watch this later, go back and connect with her page. If you just need some daily laughs, follow her on the book. And you can see her in the comment sections, and just hook up and see what's going on. So let's talk about movies. What have you seen lately that's been a real good movie? My movie week has just been crazy. I went a little bit old school, and I went a little bit new school, but one of the movies that took me by storm was called His House. I saw that this week, and wow. Now let me just say, it's not for the faint of heart. Sister Patty, if you're in here, Patty, if you're in here, and I want to talk to you too, Patty. If you're in here, I want you to chime in, because I want to talk to you tonight, Patty. You didn't know it. I was going to spotlight swag, and we'll learn more about swag on tonight. But you know, I saw this movie called His House. Now, if you have an opportunity to see it, it's an all-star cast. But it's a little bit on the eerie side. It's not for the faint of heart. That movie had me literally jumping, and you know I look like I'm 20 something. I know I look like 20 something. But the truth, okay, ain't gotta laugh that long. Okay, that's enough. But the truth of the matter is, I'm an older dude. I'm an older dude, really I am. And I see you, Patty. I want you to call in. I'm going to put the number on the screen real quick. But I'm an older dude. I think I've seen everything that there is to be seen in movies. At least I'd like to think so. But this movie, it came through. It had me jumping and stuff. I mean, like for real. I was like, hold up, wait a minute. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hang with this. It was a very new concept. It is definitely a cast that I would definitely recommend. And if you got some extra time to spend, you can watch that. Now, another movie I saw was Something Impossible. No Impossible or something like that. And it talked about a tsunami coming in and rushing into this town, and man, just looking at the real life story of what some people had to go through that tsunami. It was based upon a real event, and that movie took me in. What are you watching? Let's go back to the chat. What are some movies? Come on, this is Be Little Hangout. We are just Friday night, just chilling. Go ahead and shout out your favorite movie. Now, Lucretia, I don't know where she's at. She may not be in the building right now, but Lucretia Dahl, she's one of my great friends, and she normally has some good movie. What are you watching? What is worthy? I need a good movie this weekend. I've been working hard, and I need some time to get away from this 2020 and all of this. It's crazy. So, what would you recommend? Is it on Netflix? What's hot on Netflix? If it's on Disney Plus, what are you watching? I recently caught up with Tyler Perry's film, his last one on BET Plus. It was pretty good. It was all right. I got a couple of laughs. I don't know how I feel about him finally leaving, but I'm excited about it. Oh, Shannon Lynn. She says she's in the Hallmark Christmas. I could see you at night. I am getting into the Christmas spirit though. You know, I don't know. I've been thinking about putting up a tree. I've been thinking. I live alone, but I think I'm getting into the Christmas spirit. Matter of fact, let me tell you what I've been listening to for like the last 3 days. Here I've been listening to PJ Morton, his Christmas album, and it's been putting me in all kinds of feels. I mean, it's really, really a tremendous album. Shout out to PJ Morton, and he's coming out with his new one, his new Christmas album, and he's adding a couple of songs to what we have here. But this is just a little bit. I'm not going to play too much of it.
In the wind.
Listen to that.
Oh, we're
Walking in the winter wonderland.
in the wind. Right out, Frank. I don't want a lot for Christmas.
That's an old
There is
favorite right
just
there.
one thing I need.
Yeah.
I don't care about the present underneath the Christmas tree.
Look at my boy Ty Wade
I
in the
just
building.
want you for my own.
Man, that PJ
More
Morton
than
album
you
has
could
just been giving
ever
me nothing but
know.
life as I've been sitting here working. Hey, I'm telling you, PJ Morton has really been giving me the vibes. PJ Morton is actually one of my favorite artists. I think he's one of the few artists that really knows how to use live instruments and then dig deep with his songwriting. And I've really been blessed by his content. You can't miss me with PJ Morton. I listen to everything PJ Morton. I guess y'all didn't want to hear me say that. I listen to Maxwell too, and Sabrina Claudio and Fred Hammond. I listen to it all. But that is like some of the best music. And then, of course, what is Christmas if we don't go old school, right? Right? What is it? Right, Elma? PJ goes hard. Ty Ways, my boy in the building, he says he dropped that playlist. I don't know. You the one holding all of the music. You the whole. Okay, let me get back on subject. What are some of the movies? What can we spend watching this weekend? I want you to go ahead and share that with us. What can you be watching this weekend? Listen, pick up the phone, dial those tones, 404-410-0707. Call in the show. I want to talk to you. Tell me what's on your mind. Let's just chat a little bit. And Patty Fondau, who's in the chat, she has an amazing initiative. You're going to hear more about it, but she's bringing singles together through a page called Swag. And so, Patty, if you can dial that number for me, get in here. I want to talk to you just for a little bit. I won't put your face on. And then, of course, if you don't mind being seen like Elma, you can go ahead and just tell me. I'll send you a link where you can come in the show and just chat a little bit, find out what's happening in your side of the world. But I'm interviewing you tonight. This is what it is all about. I'm looking for my phone service. There we go. So call in 404-410-0707. We are just chilling tonight. And the first question that we're asking is, what movie are you watching? What is the movie that you would recommend that we need to see? Another good movie that I saw was Antebellum. Now, I know when you first look at it, you think slave movie because the beginning of it seems like it's depicting slavery. But I promise you, if you stay with the movie, if you just go along and hang in there, I'm trying to tell you that movie is really going to bless your life. You're going to get to the end and be like, what in the world is going on? All right, so let's see. I believe I have Patty on the line. Patty Fondal. She's the founder of a new organization called SWAG. SWAG, SWAG. I'm going to take you there. SWAG stands for Singles Who Adore God. Singles Who Adore God. And of course, she's allowed me to come and be a part of this great venture. Want you to see the page here. It's called SWAG, Singles Who Adore God. And of course, if you're friends with us, let's help this page to grow, just for it to get all of the traction that it can possibly get. You know, we're excited about that. Let me pause PJ Morton here before I get caught up in myself. So Patty Fondal is the visionary behind SWAG, and we have aggressively, even this week, entertained a conference call with all the admins to plan what is coming up in the near future. But I want her to just talk a little bit about it. Let's just see if she's there. Patty, are you on the line?
I am here. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to Be Little Speaks. I'm so glad to have you.
I love it.
Well, you better love it. You've been pushing me real hard to get back in the saddle. So let's tell, first of all, who is Patty Fondal? Where tell us a little bit about yourself, the stuff you want us to know.
Hi everyone. My name is Patty Fondal. I reside in the Shreveport area. And as Brian was just speaking concerning the ministry that God has placed in my heart and in my spirit, SWAG. I'm a single female, been single for a couple of years, and just just that we need that place, where singles can come and really just converse with one another and share and laugh. And, with all this going on with this pandemic that has us just kind of quarantined in and just not able to be out and socialize like we normally would do, this would allow us a place to come together and be able to converse and share. And because let's just keep it real, as singles, speaking for myself, it can get a little lonely sometimes. So, it allows us a place to come together and be able to share and interact with one another.
Right. So it's a hub where singles can come. Now, is it just for singles? When I ask that question, I'm asking, what if you've been divorced? Can you be a part of the group? Yeah? Go ahead.
Single is single, yes, sir. Because if you're divorced, you're divorced, but you're a single person now. You're one. So absolutely, divorced persons. We also spoke on the other night. As we were sharing, because there are singles that's anticipating and waiting for their mate. And there are singles that's just single and satisfied, as we touched on that. So, we are that place, that no judgment zone where all is welcome, and again, just to come in and be able to have that safe place,
right,
where we can just be ourselves.
Right. Well, it sounds very exciting. I'm excited about being a part, and I'm going to be a part all that I can until I's married now.
Absolutely. Now, that's the plan.
Now, Patty, for real though, what is going to happen? Because God has allowed you to be the visionary of this thing. But what would you do? Let's just say you were in SWAG and some young man comes and he wins your heart and wins your hand. What you gonna do with SWAG then? If you were to get married, I mean, what would you do with it?
Well, I believe a good leader prepares someone to take over that leadership. So from conception of SWAG, I already have that in mind,
right,
to have someone to proceed, because like you just said, hey, I do want to be the one to walk down that aisle. So yeah, a good leader prepares the next one who's going to lead.
Now I'm gonna push the envelope. I'm going a little further now. Have you tried the Facebook dating app? Had you looked at it and just got in and got out?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Say it again.
I said, had you ever tried the Facebook dating app? Did you even know
I have not.
Yeah, Facebook has a dating
app. I do know they have one. I have never tried it though.
Right. I was about to ask, what were your experiences with it? Anybody on the line, you tried Facebook dating? Tell me how that worked out for you, because you got to find somewhere. It's hard out here for a single person because seems like you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you find a prince. I can't get an amen. Yeah, you say. Well, listen, Patty, thank you for being a part of Be Little Speaks. I put you on the spot, but I am so grateful that you took the time to come and talk with me on today. We're just hanging out, and thank you for helping me to make tonight great. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. Anything else you want to say to us?
No, sir. Good night. Go join the Facebook page, SWAG, SWAG, Single Who Adore God. Go like our page.
There we go. I now have it on the screen so that people can find it. You can see the logo and everything there. SWAG, Singles Who Adore God. And of course, I'll be hanging around there, and we're creating an atmosphere, whether you're saved and sanctified, single and happy, or if you are just wanting wisdom and advice on how to navigate as a Christian, as a believer through this dating world, it's there for you. Sister Patty, thank you for, again, stopping by and making tonight great.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. All right, so that was Patty Fondow hanging with us today, and she talked about her initiative, SWAG, their Singles with a Godly Goal or something. See how fast I forget things? I mean, my brain, my goodness. Ooh, I need to take me something for that. I need a vitamin or something so I can remember. But, oh yeah, Singles Who Adore God. And of course, we appreciate that. Listen, if you want to call in and talk a little bit, look, my boy, R.W. Raymond is in the building, sir. How about you give me a call? I'll put the number in. Now, Roger Raymond is, okay, can I be real with you? Some time ago, I went on a 21-day fast, and Roger Raymond was a part of our church, and he invited me to come over to be a part of his company. He has a company, and he's a graphic design artist. He's one of the people that almost showed me everything I knew. Now he's so much more than that. He has so many different business ventures. If you're not if you're not shy, and we've got an official interview coming up with him, but pick up the phone. Raj, give me a call, 404-410-0707. And then if you got a gift, if you want to sing, something, whatever you want to do, we want to hear any singers, or if you know any singers tonight, or if they think they can sing, tell them, come on. I'll invite them to come on and be a part of the show so that we can see what they're working with. If you're a comedian and you think you got it, we'll test you out here on the show. We'll allow you to go out to the world. And while we're talking about going out to the world, I want to remind everybody to go to our social media platforms. You can go to YouTube, you can go to Facebook, you can go to Spotify, iTunes, Twitter. It doesn't matter where you go. Type in Be Little Speaks and connect with us. Now, the more that you follow us, the more that we are able to do with the marketing dollars that we receive from this adventure. And so we want everyone, Lottie Dottie and everybody, to go to one of our platforms and connect with us today, because the stronger we are, the more we can do for our communities and do for our people. And so I appreciate your consideration in this matter. Listen, we want to go to the phone lines now. Caller ending in 7677. Tell us who's calling and where you're calling from.
Hey, this is Roger Raymond.
Roger Raymond in the building. Yes, he is here. Man, I've been wanting to talk to you for a minute. And it's been a while. Just I can't even begin to tell. I hope Bernice is in the building, because Bernice is somebody I sure would like for y'all two to connect. But I can't even keep up with all the jobs you got. You remember that show Color Purple back in the day? They used to have a Jamaican. You remember those Jamaicans that used to be on that show? And he used to come out and say, I got 10 jobs.
Yeah,
that is you. You are a content creator extraordinaire. And I don't even want to talk about, I'll talk about the public stuff. You also have a hair vitamin called Pink. Am I right about it?
Viva hair.
Viva, that's right. I thought about the packaging. That's right. The packaging.
Yeah,
Viva hair vitamins. And I'm going over. I do have your permission to go ahead and share that with the stream, correct?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh
yeah,
man,
yeah,
look
definitely.
at your page, man. You got some animation going on. What the world's going on? Look at Roger right there. So this is one of your companies, Viva Hair Vitamins. We'll start here. And now tell me, why did you start this company? Because even though you are significant in the birthing of this company, there's a story behind it, because you're not the CEO, right?
No, actually, my daughter, she's 17. She's the CEO.
Wait a minute. How old is your daughter again?
17, man. She is 17 now.
Wow.
Crazy,
wow.
Huh?
And you're telling me your 17-year-old daughter is the CEO of Viva Hair Vitamins.
Yes, and a lot of people don't know that, but I think we're going to be putting that out soon, letting people know, who the CEO is, and the things that she's doing behind the scenes, because a lot of people don't know she's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
Right.
And I think I want to bring her to the forefront and let people know.
Right.
Now,
what influenced your decision to allow your daughter to get out there so young, to be a part of a major company like this? Because Viva's shipping all over the world. Am I right about it? You're going
yes,
to nations?
Oh, I mean, Canada, we sent some vitamins to Germany, Hawaii, all over the place. Hawaii, New York, all over the country.
Right.
International, yeah. So, Africa.
What influenced your decision to allow her to become a CEO so young?
Well, one, I didn't have when I think it was for her 16th birthday. The 16th birthday, I wanted to do something special, but at the time, I didn't know what to do and what to give her. So I thought about a business for her, because she was still trying to figure out what she's going to do when she graduates high school and things like that. And so I'm a firm believer in not depending on a job or one source of income. So I'm like, let me gift her this business to where she can have something when she graduates high school.
Right.
She can still go to college, definitely still go to college, still run the business, because she's doing it now, handling things now, still going to school, band, soccer, and volleyball and everything. But I wanted her to be able to get into business, get into doing something and taking control of her own financial future. You know what I mean? Because if you put your hands in your life in a place of in the hands of a job or an employer, they can easily drop you anytime, and you hire somebody else.
Right.
And she's gonna I was like, no, let me give her something that she can hold on to for the rest of her life. And even if we don't go as far with Viva or Take Beauty, she still has the knowledge of business. She still knows how to run a business and operate a business, and she can take this. That's valuable. I think that gift is valuable.
That's phenomenal, sir. That is phenomenal. And so you serve not as the CEO, but what? In that company, in Pink, that one.
President.
You're the president, Mr. President in Chief.
President.
Yes, sir. Now, Viva is
Yep.
one of your what's something else that you're into that you can tell us about? Because I know you're a private person. You don't release stuff until it's already out and hot to keep all that negative energy away from it. And I like the way that you move like that. But is there anything else you can tell us about what you're being a part of and what you're working on?
Well, man, I got things that's out that people don't even know I'm behind, but I'm not going to talk about it right now. But I started Awesome Way Studio. I think you've seen that before.
Awesome Way Studio.
Now, that is because I have two sons. My two sons, you know, they were looking like, you know, me and my daughter, we were doing the hair thing, and we got our business going.
Right.
And they wanted something. Right. So let me do the same thing for them. And they always into video games. So I'm like, let's start a video game company. Right. So, and I'm into movies anyway. So we can combine it with the movie studio plus video games. And our first video game should be out by November 25th. I had to fire a guy because he was, you know, right, taking forever and just giving me crap work. So right. I had to fire him. So that kind of delayed the first release of a video game we're going to be putting out November 25th.
Okay, a video game. And that is an amazing. What inspired you to think so huge, to do something so massive? I mean, we just talked about the vitamin company, and now we're talking about an independent person. And you know what I like about Roger's story is I know Roger for real. Roger and I, we came up through the cut. I'm not going to tell you how I know him, but I remember him. I remember Roger when he was just trying to make it, and now he has gone from that place to the place where you're getting ready to put out this video game. What causes you to be so ambitious and to pursue goals that are so great?
Just upbringing, you know, never had nothing when I was young. Right. You know, we didn't have anything. I remember when my brother and I, when we was young, these little wrestling action figures we wanted, but our parents couldn't afford to get it. Right. So what we did was we created our own, made some, cut it out, and we played with it like it's real action figures. Wow. And it looked good, you know, but and as I got older, you know, I realized I don't want to, you know, like my stepdad, he worked when he cut grass and whatever he was doing. Right. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want an office. Right. I want to be in an office. I want to run a company, you know, and that was when I was young. That's before I knew what an entrepreneur was. Right. And then as I got older, you know, anything that I wanted, I figured I had to make it happen myself because it's hard to get anyone to get involved with your business. So you have to do it yourself. You have to figure out a way to get it yourself because, you know, if you want, like, say, a house or a car or whatever, you have to depend on a job to pay you, and you have to save those coins until you can get it. And I'm like, how can I get it faster? Right. Well, the way for me to get it faster, I have to be in control of something, because if I'm not in control of something, then I can't force it to move faster if I want it to. Right. You see? So, and I believe in multiple streams of revenue. So, I mean, okay, if I have this company, if all those wheels are turning, I'm generating some revenue. Right. Even if one may be, you know, one wheel may be turning slower than others, if all those wheels are turning, revenue is being made. So I don't really, you know, that's why I'm constantly making, you know, inventing different businesses and coming up with different ways to make money, because I mean, I don't want to go back to where I was before. I was homeless at one point.
Now, and now I know with wait a minute, hold up, because you're about to answer the question that I was just getting to. With you being so ambitious, going after building these companies, had you ever had a time where you thought that it was time to give up, or that this just won't work, or where you had become frustrated?
Yep.
Or pressed?
Oh yeah, all the time.
So you hit those
till now sometimes.
You say even now you deal with those challenges.
Even now sometimes, because especially back in the day, it was worse. But I remember it was a point where I was a supervisor. That was in 2009. Yeah, it was in 2009. I was a supervisor at this company, and they laid us off.
Right.
And I was like, oh my goodness, how I'm going to pay these bills? How I'm going to pay this? How I'm going to take care of this?
Right.
So I started working at the competitor.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have any benefits. I wasn't a supervisor. I was just this regular employee, and it sucked. I didn't like it.
Right.
I didn't like it. It was hard. More longer hours.
Right.
And less pay. No benefits. I'm like, I can't do this.
Right.
So I took everything that I had, started my business, and I went to the supervisor and I asked him if there's any way to work with my schedule, so that way I could get to my business and still, work my job. He
Right.
told me I had to pick one. When he told me that, I was like, oh, shoot.
Right.
Because I was afraid to step out and work my business full time.
Right.
So I went home and I thought about it. And then I went to sleep. I prayed about it, went to sleep. Next morning, I got in the truck as if I was going to go to work because I was.
Right.
And then I thought about it. I said, I don't want to do this. I parked those people's truck at Walmart, and I told them to come pick it up. And I quit.
Wow.
And I quit. And I never looked back since.
And never
2009
looked
was the last day I ever had a real job.
Right. So consistency pays off. Consistency. Continuing to
not giving up. You got to keep going.
Right.
Because, like I said, anytime, there's a lot of times I had, I even wanted to go back to the company. My cousin, he became the manager.
Right.
And I was like, and I asked him, I'm like, hey, y'all got any openings? Because that was one point I was stressed out. Things wasn't going the way it's supposed to. And I asked him, he told me, yeah, I had the job. But
right.
Again, I prayed, went to sleep, woke up the next morning. I was like, nah, I'm not going there. I told him, forget it. Don't worry about it.
Right.
And I just kept going.
Well, man, we are excited about everything that's happening by your hands. I'm grateful to know you because you are a mogul that I can touch. You're a mogul that literally goes through all of the challenges and comes out swinging. You are a survivor. I'm so glad to know you. I'm so glad to know your daughter and your children. And man, I'm wishing you many more pieces of success. I know you're going to be on the show many times because your brain doesn't stop working. Wait a minute before I do.
No, it don't
before
stop.
I do that, you got a book that's out that I want to talk about, right? A book.
Okay. Yeah, I got two. I got two.
You got two. Now, is the book on Facebook? Do you have a Facebook page?
Yes. Yeah, Puff and Bean, yes.
Yeah.
The children's book is on Facebook, and I think the other one is on Facebook somewhere. I don't remember, but I know
The Adventures of
you remember
Puff and
Ralph Fillmore. I remember
Right.
going to your house with Ralph Fillmore showing it to you.
Right.
That one is being has been optioned for a TV series, working on a TV series for that one. It's a live action, it won't be animated.
Right.
And Puff and Bean, I just sent that one to a producer, and they were interested in it. So I'm just waiting to hear back what's going to happen with Puff and Bean. So we may have a Puff and Bean TV series too.
Right.
So I don't know.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm showing it
But it's
on
on
the
Facebook.
wall. Yeah, I'm here at Facebook. It's called The Fun Adventures of Puff and Bean. The Fun Adventures of Puff and Bean. It's an amazing work. I've had an opportunity to have my own copy and watch it come through the works because Puff and Bean used to run through our church. Roger, man, I'm not going to hold you all
real
day.
Puff and Bean.
The real Puff and Bean, right? Because that book is based upon your children, right?
Yes, my daughter and my son, my youngest son.
Right. And so I'm grateful. Thank you for dropping by.
Thank you, man.
For being with us, just making Be Little Speaks just what it is. I'm very grateful for everything you do. Keep the faith, keep looking up. Shannon Lynn is sending you some love. She said, "This is awesome. Keep up your faith and God will see you through." And Shannon Lynn is an educator. She's an educator. She works with toddlers, I believe. And so you know what? You got some books. I want to send her one so she can read it to her class. I definitely want to purchase some and get it shipped out to her. And we'll talk after the show. Get Shannon's information so she can share it with the crew. But Roger Raymond, You my boy. Thank you for helping to make Be Little Speaks great. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I'm grateful for
So good, man.
everything
I appreciate you.
that you're doing. You have a good night.
You too. Take it easy, man. Love
Yeah,
you, bro.
love you too, man. All right, so
Right.
you are hanging with Be Little Speaks, and of course, I am so grateful to be here. If there's something that you want to share, if you want to be a part of the show, you want to be beamed in with us, we would love to have you to. If you don't mind being on camera, we'll put you on camera. If you want to call in, that's the number 404-410-0707. We can talk about the events of the week. With our new president, vice president pick. It could be political as long as it doesn't cause arguments. It could be religious. If it could be whatever you want to talk about, even if there is something that you definitely want us to pray about, we would definitely like to encourage you. But pick up the phone, dial those tones. 404-410-0707 is the number that you can dial. If you've had something happened to you at work that happened, if there is something that whatever you want to talk about, we definitely can do it. So we looked at movies. While I was talking about movies, I just saw in the chat somebody mentioned a movie that I overlooked. You know, my chat moves so fast. Now, somebody says Peninsula is a good one to watch. Tightwave mentioned that this movie called Peninsula is a great movie. I'm going to check it out. I will check it out. I'm going to write it down. And if it sucks, I'll be here next week for you to come in. Now, Bernice, I'd love for you to be our co-host. You're a pro at this. I'm playing a host. You're a real host. And I definitely would like for you to come in. We're just talking about, this is what Be Little on Friday nights is all about. There is definitely no major structure. I'm just hanging out with you guys. And I'm just glad that some of you all will hang out. While I'm saying that, I want to say that's coming in the room. Welcome, Patricia Owens. We call her Mother Owens. She's always watching over us. We served together some time ago, and now she is definitely encouraging women all over the land. And so Patricia Owens, Lily Bob, Ronaldo Wade, welcome to the show. We also want to send a shout out to Georgianne Harris. Georgianne Harris, welcome to the show. We're so glad that you chose to stop by just for a little bit. Well, you can, again, I'll put the number on the screen. You can, again, if there's something that you just want to talk about, you got any comments, questions, 404-410-0707. And I appreciate you. Now, here's a question that I'm going to pose to you. Here's a question. Let's go to the question. Let's see. Can I figure it? I don't, or have I forgotten how to? There we go. Here's a question I'm going to ask. I asked it a couple of weeks ago, but we want to each one help one. And so here's a question I want you to answer today. What are you struggling with this week? What's some of the things that you're struggling with? You can put it in the chat. You can write it in the chat, or you can call us at this number 404-410-0707. What's been your challenge? And we want to see, how did you get through it? And maybe there are some people that would, like to add to it. So that's the question we're asking right now. What are, wait a minute, I'm messing up here. There we go. What are you struggling with this week? For me, it was a bit of an emotional roller coaster for a bit there. I'm not going to lie to you. It was a bit of a roller coaster. I've got some things that are going on in my life, and I'm not necessarily going to go into them by detail. But one of the things that I learned very quickly is that I needed to focus on my inner me, the inner me. Some of the stuff that I was dealing with this week really didn't even have to do with other people, and it really didn't have to deal with the situation. I learned that our emotions are supposed to give us information. They don't supposed to lead us. Our emotions help us to get information. And most of us never get the information that our emotions are trying to bring us because we are guided by our emotions and we aren't self aware. We don't do any thinking. And most times the conversation just stops at that place. And so if I'm angry, I respond to the anger without even looking at should I be justifiably angry or is there something deeper that goes beyond what it is that I'm feeling right now? And what I've learned most times that if you don't deal with that part of you, that part of you will show up somewhere else in your life. And here's what I mean by that. You could let's just say you can get into an argument with your spouse. Your spouse could have done something wrong to you, and then you in turn did something wrong to him. But you'll go back and apologize, but you don't feel that you ever got that apology that you so richly deserve, that you feel you deserve. And so you continue to be nice and you continue to be kind, but in the back of your mind, you know that this thing is bothering you. Well, what can happen is because we don't deal with that emotion, we'll end up going somewhere else. We'll go to the job and our boss will ask us to do something, and next thing you know we're flying off the handle with our boss saying I'm tired of people taking advantage of me and I'm not anybody's not going to treat me like that way or treat me like that. And then all of a sudden we recognize that those emotions start bleeding out at the wrong time, that they come out at the wrong time. And so I have been working on becoming a bit more self aware about me, to not allow my emotions to take me to a place that I don't even need to be. That has been my struggle this week. It's been my struggle. It's been the thing that has been keeping me anchored and the thing that I really have been focusing on this week. And that's just my candid moment. What have you been dealing with this week? What are the things that you've been struggling with this week? Let's each one encourage one. I'll talk about it. We'll have people in the chat to begin to add to the conversation. But we just want to help each other. So if you want to take a moment to answer that question, you can. And then, of course, if you want to be a part of the verbal conversation, pick up the phone 404 410 0707. Once again, that number is 404 4100707. You can be a part of the conversation. You don't even have to say your name on this question, but it could be something with your spouse and you don't want us to know your name. It could be something with your children. Whatever it is, we want to just encourage you to get you the information that will help you to become better in it all. So uh, pick up the phone. I'll give you a moment to respond accordingly. What are you struggling with this week is the question. 404 410 0707. Anybody else ever had to deal with emotions? I mean, just being all over the place? Now, I can tell you since I've been doing this thing called shadowing, looking within, and really dealing with the parts of me that I try to suppress. This week, I ended up with a pretty good week. It turned out to be an amazing, fantastic, fabulous week. And I know that is only because of the work that I was able to do with me. And now it just don't even seem that stuff last as long as it did in my life. And I'm grateful for that process. I'm glad that I went through it. And I'm glad that I came out on the other side of it. Listen, we're spending Friday the 13th together. We're answering the question right now. What is it that you're struggling with this week? 404 410 0707. You can write in the comment section or you can call us on the phone line 404 410 0707. Let's look to the comment section to see what we got going on here. Um, Shannon says she's been having the challenge of expressing myself a little clearer at work, but staying true to myself and faith. Boy, that seemed like a loaded statement. I can appreciate you expressing wanting to remain clear headed at work. We all want that to happen. But I like the part that says that you are trying to stay true to yourself and your faith. Now that's loaded. It's one thing to remain true to yourself, but when you're trying to remain true to your faith, that sounds like somebody that is struggling with not coming unglued. Yeah, you might want to put a little Steve Harvey cuss word in your mouth every now and again when you're trying to get situation squared away. She says, expressing herself a little. Listen, Shannon, I really appreciate you chiming in. And I think that the best way to do that is to, again, you named it, to remain true to yourself. Um, to get to a place where you can articulate what you're feeling, but articulate it in the way that is respectful. I think a lot of times when we get into arguments, whether it's with a spouse or with a child or with coworkers, whatever it may be, sometimes we get so consumed with fighting each other that we forget that we're supposed to be fighting the problem. And when these people or these situations occur where you may feel disrespected, my encouragement to you is to just remember the problem, to not make it about the person, and to make sure that you keep the conversation geared to the subject at hand. Because sometimes we tend to be like tea kettles. We allow that stuff to build up over time. And when we finally decide to release it, oh my goodness, what a release it is. I mean, we cussing and we fussing and all of the stuff that goes along with that. But it's very important, whether it's in a relationship, whether it is dealing with your children, whether it's on the job, to keep the matter at hand, to not reach back and say, this is what happened last week and the week before that and the week before that, and now I'm ready to cut somebody. No, to keep the conversation based upon what is going on right then and right there, to fight the problem and not the person. And I think that's some good wisdom for you. I really do. I think that'll hold you for a minute if you really apply the truth about behind what has been shared there. So thank you for that. Listen, I don't want to hold y'all tonight. I got a movie to watch, and I want to thank Tight Ways for that awesome request on that movie, Persuasion. I think I'm going to watch that tonight. Or I got an invitation to watch a movie. I might go and do that after the show. I appreciate being here with you so much. I appreciate just connecting with you so much. I mean, it's always a joy to be with you. And I'm so glad that you would spend some time with me. I think we'll be back. Let's see, the next time I'm coming back live, Apostle G.S. Jackson from Arizona has agreed to be my guest. And we're going to really do some deep discussion. He's going to do some teaching, do some leading. That's going to be Wednesday, about 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock if you're on the East. And we want you to come back and be a part of that show. So G.S. Jackson will be with us, and I'm looking forward to that. While we're talking about it, we want to remind everybody, Lottie Dottie and everybody, to go to one of our social media platforms, and particularly if you're here at Facebook, go to Facebook now, like our page, Be Little Speaks. You'll find inspiration, you'll find education, you'll find illumination, everything you need to keep you encouraged throughout the week. And then, of course, all of our business owners, you need to be a part so that we can connect in the hub. We can spotlight your business, give commercials, and whatever else we can do to make sure that you are operating at your best. Well, I'm getting ready to get up out of here, but I want to remind you to take God with you everywhere you go. Take the fullness of who He is everywhere you go. And if God can't go there, you don't go there. I love you to life. I love you to truth. Be here Wednesday, next week, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then we'll be back here Friday, late night hangout with B Little Speaks. I appreciate you. Until we meet again, y'all have a great evening. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. Remember to live, laugh, love, and learn. That's the key to life. It's the key to happiness. All right, people. I'm out of here.